Hello and welcome to the Let's Talk About Life podcast. Thank you for listening and thank you for being here. On today's episode, we will be talking about anxiety and what that is and looks like, as well as giving you some calming techniques or strategies to use when you are feeling anxious or nervous. With all of that being said, once again, thank you for listening and let's get on to the episode. So, I want to make this very clear. I am not an expert on anxiety, and I will leave the links to where I found my information in the description of the episode. Also, remember to ask your doctor, or therapist, or counselor if you have any questions or simply need help, because I'm sure they'd love to help you. Okay, now that that's out of the way, what is anxiety, you may ask? Well, according to Mayo Clinic, anxiety is a normal part of life. People with severe anxiety have intense and continuous worry and fear about everyday situations. These feelings of anxiety and panic can interfere with daily activities and, depending on the situation, can last a long time. With some of these feelings, and I can admit this as well, when I feel anxious or uneasy, it's not always an easy feeling to have or experience. But hey, those feelings are a good thing because our body creates them for a reason and they are valid and they matter. So, let's keep going. Because these feelings are not fun to have, you may avoid situations or places that make you feel that way. Know that anxiety has many different types, such as generalized or social anxiety. I don't really want to go too far into each type because there are quite a few, as well as, once again, I'm not an expert on anxiety, so here's a 1 to 2 sentence about a couple of the main forms of anxiety. Generalized anxiety is the continuous and excessive anxiety and worry about activities or events. Social anxiety is when everyday interactions are causing severe anxiety. And then the final one I wanted to talk about is panic disorder. Panic disorder is the repeated episodes of sudden feelings of intense anxiety and fear that get increased pretty fast, hence the name panic. Now that I've covered a couple types of anxiety and a tiny description of what they each are, let's get to the quote-unquote cure. Now, according to many different sites, such as GoodRx and Healthline, there isn't really a specific cure to anxiety. However, there are things you can do to help improve it, such as going to therapy and counseling. Now, you may ask, aren't they the same thing? And to be honest, that's what I thought. But they actually aren't. According to Psychology Today, counseling is said to be more short-term, goal-oriented. Counselors are also able to focus their attention on specific things. Therapists, on the other hand, tend to be more long-term. They help treat mental illnesses and are able to dig deeper into the anxiety to find the main cause. Now, another way to help improving your anxiety, besides talking to a counselor or therapist, is calming techniques. I don't have much to share on what they are, because essentially they help you calm down when you're maybe nervous for things, such as the first day of school or when you're about to play a sport. Even things such as job interviews or doctor's and dentist appointments. Calming techniques are made primarily so you can do it on your own, and majority of the time are quiet. Today, I thought I'd quickly mention my top 10 to 11 calming techniques that I found to be the easiest for me whenever I have anxiety. Number 1, grounding. Grounding is when you point out different things in the space around you. Grounding uses the 5 senses. So, for example, you might say, what are 5 things you can see? What are 4 things you can feel? What are 3 things you can hear? What are 2 things you can smell? What is 1 thing you can taste? An easy way to remember grounding is you have 5 senses and you have 5 fingers. So each sense gets a finger, and then you can just count down from 5. Number 2, breathing in and out. If you have a hard time breathing in and out, it can be easy to pretend that you're blowing out a candle or you're sniffing a flower. The candle one, you just breathe in because you're getting ready to blow the candle out. Then you blow the candle out. Number 3, fidgets. Fidgets come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. They can be quiet, they can be loud. One of my favorites, my favorite fidget probably is marble mesh because it's quiet. I can put it in my pocket, take it anywhere. Yeah. Number 4, white noise or podcast. When your brain has anxiety, or when you have anxiety, you might be thinking about tons of different things at many different times. White noise or podcast can help ground your brain in thinking about what you're listening to. I found that I like listening to podcasts at bedtime because when I'm given the chance to think, my brain thinks, especially at bedtime. So I turn on a podcast, my brain goes to what's being said or talked about, and it just helps me calm down. Number 5, walking or moving your body. This one is one of my favorites for school and at home. Your body likes the relief. You're moving your muscles. You're getting out of the position that you're in. If you don't know, when you are walking or moving your body, you can do things such as walk your dog, or just do a quick lap. It's super easy, but I think it's pretty effective. Number 6, doodling. Just draw. It might look silly, it might look odd, I do it all the time. It's kind of cool to look back when you're out of the doodling stage to be like, oh, what was that? Or, oh, that's pretty funny, I didn't know I could draw that. Number 7, praying or reading your Bible. God not only wants to hear what you have to say, but also loves it. Pray, read your Bible, spend time with the Lord. He's there to calm you. He's there to help you through whatever challenges you're facing. Number 8, challenge your thoughts. This is a new one that I'm still learning, but the basic idea of it is when you're stuck in the cycle, such as, what if this happens or what if that happens? Challenge it and say, what's the worst thing that could happen? Or what is the likelihood that this will happen? And just go from there. Number 9, tighten each muscle in your body and release it. My therapist actually taught me this one. I have not tried it when I have anxiety, but we did it in my session, and I found it to be nice. Basically, you start with your toes, and you scrunch them, and then you release, and then you kind of go up. So you squeeze your legs, and you squeeze your arm muscles, and the feeling of release can be really nice sometimes. 10, take a break. Get out of the environment you're in. Get out of the classroom. Get out of the room, whatever it may be, and go take a walk. Go take a break. Maybe get a drink of water. Maybe eat some food. Maybe practice your breathing. This one can kind of be with all of the ones that I previously talked about, but it just, yeah. Take a break. Give yourself a minute to breathe. We're all humans. We all need it. Number 11, think ahead, not in the moment. I know a lot of people, well, I don't know a lot of people, but I know that I've been told, just stay in the present, go hour by hour. Sometimes, when I have, a doctor's appointment, I will think ahead, because I get anxious about doctor's appointments. So I might say, okay, what do I have after this to look forward to? Maybe it's something as simple as seeing your dog or a pet. Maybe it's something like seeing a family member or a friend. Or maybe it's just getting it done and over with. This one, like I said, I've found helpful for dentist appointments, doctor's appointments. Yeah. So, I hope those help. Thank you for listening. Sorry that this is a little bit longer of an episode. I had a lot to cover. Yeah, let me know what you thought. I hope you're having a good day. Once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Remember to be kind, be awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye.